There's a lot of talk out there about being great, about reaching your potential, about climbing to the top. But let me tell you something, before you even get to thinking about greatness, you've got to make a choice to stop being average. Now, I want you to think about something. Think about the conversations you hear every day. What are people talking about? What are you talking about? You see, average people, they talk about problems, they talk about what's wrong, who did what, and how the world is against them. They sit around and they whine, they complain, and they blame. It's always somebody else's fault. It's the boss's fault. It's the system's fault. It's their mother's fault. It's their father's fault. They spend all their time pointing fingers as if somehow that's going to change anything. But let me tell you something. The great ones, they don't talk like that. The great ones don't waste their breath complaining. They use their time to find solutions. When something goes wrong, they don't look for someone to blame. They look for a way to fix it. Because they know that greatness isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to it. Average people live in the past. They cling to their mistakes, their failures, and their regrets. They let those things define them, control them. But the great ones, they learn from the past, but they don't live there. They take the lessons and they move forward. They don't let their past dictate their future. Let me get real with you for a second. I used to be average. I used to be that person, pointing fingers, blaming others for where I was in life. When things went wrong, I'd say, when is my daddy coming to get me? When is my biological father going to come into my life and make everything better? I was waiting for someone to save me, waiting for someone to show up and fix my problems. And you know what happened while I was thinking like that? I got kicked out of school. I ended up homeless. I was broke, with nothing to my name. All because I was living in that average mindset, waiting for someone else to change my life, instead of taking control and changing it myself. But then one day, I woke up. I looked in the mirror and I said, Denzel, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to get you out of this mess, but you can get yourself out of it. And that's the moment everything changed. I stopped being average. I stopped waiting for someone to come along and make things better. I decided to make things better myself. I went to the library. I started reading, learning, growing. I found every book I could that would teach me something new, that would give me the tools I needed to build the life I wanted. I stopped talking about problems and started finding solutions. And you know what? It wasn't easy. It was hard work, but it was worth it, because that's when I started to rise. That's when I stopped being average and started moving towards greatness. You see, the difference between average and great isn't talent or luck or who you know. It's a mindset. It's about taking responsibility for your life, for your actions, for your choices. It's about refusing to be a victim of your circumstances and deciding to be the hero of your story. But there's something else you need to understand. Average people don't just talk about problems, they create them. They create obstacles in their own lives because they're too afraid to face the truth. They're too afraid to take ownership of their mistakes, their shortcomings. So they build walls, they make excuses, they sabotage their own success because deep down they're scared of what it means to be great. They're scared of the responsibility that comes with it. Greatness demands sacrifice. It demands that you step out of your comfort zone, that you push yourself beyond what you think you're capable of. It demands that you face your fears, your doubts, your insecurities head on. And that's not easy. It's not comfortable, but it's necessary. Let me tell you something else about greatness. Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It's not something that just falls into your lap. It's not something that someone can give you. It's something you have to earn every single day. It's something you have to fight for, something you have to be willing to bleed for. Average people, they want the rewards without the struggle. They want the success without the sacrifice. They want the easy way out. But there is no easy way. There is no shortcut to greatness. You have to be willing to put in the work, day in and day out. You have to be willing to grind, to hustle, to push yourself to the limit, because that's what it takes to be great. So I'm telling you right now, if you want to stop being average, stop talking about what's wrong and start talking about what you're going to do about it. Stop waiting for someone to come and save you, because nobody's coming. The only person who can save you is you. And the moment you realize that, the moment you decide to take control of your life, that's the moment you start to rise. Greatness is a choice. It's a decision you make every single day. When you wake up in the morning, you've got to decide, am I going to be average today, or am I going to be great? Am I going to complain about my problems, or am I going to find a solution? Am I going to blame others for where I am, or am I going to take responsibility and change my situation? The truth is, being average is easy, it's comfortable, it's safe, but it's also a dead end. It's a life of missed opportunities, of unfulfilled potential, of regrets. And let me tell you something, regrets are heavy. They weigh you down, they hold you back, and they steal your joy. But greatness is hard. It's uncomfortable, it's risky, but it's also the most rewarding path you can take. It's a life of opportunities, of potential realized, of dreams fulfilled. And when you choose greatness, you choose a life without regrets. Because even if you fail, even if you fall short, you know you gave it everything you had. You know you didn't settle for average. But there's something else about greatness. It's not just about what you do. It's about who you become. It's about transforming yourself from the inside out. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. And that transformation, it starts with a decision. A decision to stop being average. A decision to rise above the noise, the negativity, the mediocrity. A decision to embrace the struggle, the pain, the sacrifice, because you know that's what it takes to be great. So I'm challenging you today. I'm challenging you to stop being average. I'm challenging you to stop complaining, stop blaming, stop waiting for someone to save you. I'm challenging you to take control of your life, to find solutions to make things happen, because that's what great people do. That's what you need to do if you want to be great. You've got a choice to make. You can keep being average, keep talking about what's wrong, keep waiting for someone to fix your problems, or you can choose to be great. You can choose to take responsibility, to find solutions, to make your life what you want it to be. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep being average, or are you going to choose greatness? The choice is yours. But remember this, once you make that choice, there's no going back. Once you decide to stop being average, you've got to commit to it. You've got to live it, breathe it every single day. You've got to be willing to do whatever it takes, to go the extra mile, to push yourself beyond your limits, because that's what it takes to be great. And let me tell you something. When you choose greatness, when you commit to it fully, you will start to see changes in your life. You will start to rise above the challenges, the obstacles, the negativity. You will start to see opportunities where others see problems. You will start to attract success, to draw in the people, the resources, the support you need to reach your goals. Because greatness is magnetic. It draws in everything you need to succeed. But you've got to be willing to take that first step. You've got to be willing to let go of the safety of being average and embrace the risk of being great. So what are you waiting for? Make the choice. Stop being average. Start being great. And watch how your life transforms. If this message resonated with you and ignited a fire to stop being average, I challenge you to share it with those around you who might need that extra push to break free from mediocrity. Your words could be the catalyst for someone else's transformation. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a dose of motivation that will keep you striving for greatness. Together, let's leave the average behind and rise to the extraordinary. Keep pushing, keep striving, and never settle for anything less than your best. If you've made it this far, Drop a 100 in the comments. It shows you are part of the 1% that's improving every single day.